right, and we're out at Monte Vista High School with Coach Ron Hamamoto and the Monte Vista Monarchs. And Coach, 33 years of coaching football, and we're going to do it again. We're going to get a whole new group of Monarchs and try to defend a league championship. 14 years in the making here at Monte Vista, so for all the success that we had over the last 2 years, that had to be special to win that game against West Hills on that night.
Yes, it was. It was a great group, but we got a totally new team this year. There's no Jamon McClendon, there's no Blake Schmidt. I mean, all our Division I guys are playing college ball now, so, it's a great group. We're just young.
Dave,
we're just young.
Dave, don't believe Coach Hamamoto. Yes, not only did they lose Jamon and Blake and several other great players, but there's still some tools left in the shed. I mean, Sebastian Valdez and Logan Schmidt, Jared Reinhold, Dave, and other guys too. They're still, I'm going to say it, they're still the favorites in the Grossmont Valley League this year, despite the improvement we saw from Santana and Mount Miguel, and of course West Hills will be the last game of the season. Dave?
Yeah, I mean, and I'm sure Coach has got to be proud of putting those guys out there like that. He's had under his wing under your tutelage for so many years, and to see them being recognized for the talent and the hard work that they put into it, that you put into it, and delivering them to Montana State and delivering them to UCLA, I'm sure that's got to be a proud moment.
Oh yeah. Anytime you have kids go to college, it's a great accomplishment. You wish that every kid would have that opportunity, but and I'm still close with both of them. I'm going to go see a UCLA game. I'm going to go see a Montana State game. And it's just when you spend so much time with these kids, you really grow close to them, and they're like your sons, and so. I'm proud of them, but we got a new team to mold here, and we got some work to do.
But Coach is going to move up into 4th all-time this season. I'm predicting more than 3 victories this season for the Monarchs.
Oh, way
Dave,
to jinx us! Way to jinx us!
He said it,
Dave. Nothing like Coach going out and scheduling his old friend first week of the season, make it the toughest game. Coach David Dunn and the Lincoln Hornets might as well go for a challenge right out of the gate, huh?
Well, we figure that, if we're going to play people, we got, they bumped us up to Division II, so we've got to get our kids ready. We get beat, we get blown out, we get beat up, whatever. But if our kids can play with them and get confidence, that's even better. But we've got to challenge our kids.
Coach knows that because of that promotion, Division II, there are probably 2 games in the schedule the Monarchs are going to be underdogs in this year, but they cannot afford a loss given their current situation, I think, in the legacy ratings in Division II. So I think that's going to be where Coach's discipline and work ethic comes into play, all those games that they need to get the work done and not be upset.
Right, and I think, and Coach will probably agree with that, is it's going to start definitely on the offensive side, and having a young quarterback in young Silva behind center, and starting with the snap and getting the snaps right, and just starting right there, I'm sure, is where you're going to plant your feet.
What's the philosophy? What's our offense?
Silva gives us a senior, back there that's athletic. He played receiver and DB for us last year, and I think he's a heck of a DB. He's our best DB, so he's probably college material at the defensive back. So, we have a young junior quarterback, Jason Mika, that will get some playing time also, because we're not going to expect Silva to go both ways every play, with no rest. So we're going to kind of rotate 2 quarterbacks in there. One can, throw a little bit better, and one can run a little bit better, but you know what? They're both great kids, and they're learning this offense. And, last, 3 years we were Jamon, Jamon up the middle. And you'll see a little different from us, a little spreading out the ball a little more, a little play action passes, and so we're excited. We know we don't have a running back like Jamon that can just take the ball 30 times a game. But yet I think the running backs are excited too, because they know they're going to, 4 or 5 of them are going to carry the ball in the game. So.
Well, you're talking about the backs and Isaiah Gardner, and for example, and then we always tend to oversight the offensive line.
Yeah, we're not very big, but at the high school rank, we're pretty quick. So, I hope our quickness, overcome some of the teams that we play that are just bigger than us.
They lost a lot of players. We talked about it, but down low in the trenches, Jared Reinhold, Manny Levi, Angel Villanueva still with us, and Ron Berry. So these are some veterans that Coach can look to build on and kind of keep his same style of play, if you will. Not much is going to change there, just the personnel a little bit.
Sure.
And then on the defensive side of the ball, Coach, you still got one of the Schmidt brothers, so that's a good start in itself.
Sebastian Valdez. We've got a lot more guys returning. Isaiah Gardner's a three-year returner, on the varsity. So we've got a bunch of guys on defense. Last year we had a bunch of guys on offense, with Jamon leading the way, and our defense was young. This year we're just the opposite. We got a bunch of guys on defense coming back, and we're young on offense. So, I told our defensive coordinator, if he can shut people out, we can tie people. So
there you go.
Well, talk about, speaking of ties, we almost had one last year, and I want to go back to it a little bit just because it's two of our teams, and I want to say it was the East County Game of the Year last year. The Monarchs ended up on the short end of that 22-21 game. Coach, you joked about it, how they kind of tricked you a little bit on that 2-point conversion, but you're going to rematch again with the Christian Patriots. And boy, if you had to pick a kind of a matchup involving Christian and one of our teams, I'm glad you guys are doing it, because it's a great, intriguing matchup, and it's going to be once again this season.
Yeah, they have a great program over there, so it's a preseason game for us. So again, it's like playing Lincoln. We know we're going to be challenged, but I think it's just going to prepare us for our league. And again, that's what we're shooting for. If we make some mistakes early on, we tell the kids it's okay. It's not the end of the world. We're going to shoot for league, and we're going to shoot for the playoffs.
Well, maybe we can just get to comment then about this league, because I'm going to say it. I said it, the Monarchs, surely the favorite, maybe just because they're defending champs. West Hills, we know that they're doing a little bit of building too, but they have some nice returning talent. But also, the Sultans and the Matadors are kind of a wild card in this whole thing, because they've really taken offense to a new level, really almost like we've never seen in the conference before. And Coach, maybe in all your years, Santana last year had a game with over 70 points, over 70 points. These guys are kind of like making it 7-on-7 out there, and what Coach's famous line is, why do we need 7-on-7 at Monte Vista? Because we're as 11-on-11, boom, boom, boom.
We didn't do 7-on-7 this summer. We didn't have one 7-on-7 passing lane game. We ran them, we lifted them, and that's our style. And we've done that the last 3 years, and actually it's been the best 3 years of Monte Vista since I've been here, and we haven't done passing league. So all these guys wasting their time in the summer league with passing league and all that, they can keep doing that, but for us, that's just not.
If it's not broken, don't fix it.
That's just not our style here at Monte Vista.
But tell me about the Sultans, the Matadors, this league. That's how they're going to.
I think it's going to be real competitive. I really do.
Sure.
Mount Miguel, had a really good young team with their quarterback being a sophomore and all those receivers they had. And, they were actually up on us at halftime, when we played them last year. So, Santana, like you said, has got people. They've got a really good receiver and quarterback, and, they've got some good skill kids, and so they're going to light up the scoreboard, and West Hills is always solid. El Cajon's improving. I think it's going to be a great league. I think it's every week. You can't take anybody lightly. You gotta line up, and if you overlook somebody, I hope they're overlooking us. I hope they think that we're going to be down with Jamon gone and everything. But I hope that we can be competitive.
There is a little bit of perception out there, Dave, that the Monarchs, because of the losses, might be down. But like I said, with that returning talent coming back, I think that everything is still okay here in Spring Valley.
I'm going to go out on a limb and actually say this, and there could be lots of critics on that, but I think that the Valley League is going to be more explosive and probably more entertaining to watch as a patron from the sidelines than over in the Hills League.
Oh, you're going to make a lot of people mad with that comment. You're going to make a lot of people mad.
Coach, What do you tell these guys then moving forward beyond maybe the goals of the season? Because I bet a lot of the seniors, despite that victory over West Hills, I think they're probably apt to remember the last game of the season against Santa Fe Christian, the playoff game, because, hey, we were in our house. We were probably expected to win that game, and they kind of punched us in the mouth a little bit.
What I told them was, Santa Fe Christian did a great job. I congratulated the coaches afterwards. I mean, just a great game plan. They held the ball and kept it away from us. We could not get Jamon going because we only had the ball 3 times each half. And so, and obviously, it's like a basketball game where you hold the ball instead of running the fast break. And against a team that was, we were, I think, averaging almost 40 points a game. And when we couldn't get things going, all of a sudden, we're on defense for a 14-play drive and we can't get our offense out there. But I think we can learn from that too. This is a type of offense that we want to run this year, and keep our defense off, because I think our strength is our defense. So again, it's high school ball. It's a funny thing every year. You have to expect the unexpected, and you just see what happens every game.
That's why he keeps coming out here, Dave.
Yep.
33 years and just waits for the next challenge and seeing how he can get it done. If there was a San Diego High School Football Hall of Fame, we're with him right here, head coach Ron Hamamoto. Thank you so much for that preview of the team. All right, and we're out with the defending Grossmont Valley League champion, Monte Vista Monarchs. And Dave, going to be a great season for these guys, a lot to replace, but I will caution everyone, a lot of great talent coming back. From your right, I have Isaiah Gardner, and I have Logan Schmidt, and I have Ruben Silva, quarterback this year. And guys, just a great season last year. I'm sorry the way it ended on that night against Santa Fe Christian right here against this field. But Dave, just a week earlier, the Monte Vista Monarchs won their first league championship in 14 years. Imagine the great history of this program. And I don't think that Coach Hamamoto let them forget about the fact that it took that long to get back on top with a league championship. So even though the way it ended on with Santa Fe Christian, I think there's a lot to be proud of. That league championship, that big win against West Hills last year on the final night of the season.
Yeah, and again, we'll start over there with Logan. Logan, what were your thoughts on that? I mean, West Hills came out pretty fired up in the first quarter, and I mean, they gave you a bit of a battle to start the game, and we all know that the big man got started, but it also took the defense to win that championship.
Well, yeah, it was definitely both sides of the ball. And West Hills had a great team that year. They had Jordan Young and a pretty good offensive line, I figure. And they were a pretty good team. But we studied film that real hard that week, and we really wanted to win that championship and win league for like 14 years. It's been a long time. We really focused on that all week, so it was really exciting for us, and we just really wanted to get after it.
Dave, Logan, and Isaiah, 3-year players in this program, so they've kind of seen it through a little bit, and I think they want to have some memories one more time as they go out. Isaiah, you look at some of the guys we lost, everyone's going to talk about the talent we've lost, but look at you, Logan, Sebastian, some great talent still on this field, 7 returning starters, and I would think, I'm going to say it, Dave, because I can't make them, but these guys are still the favorites, the guys to knock off in the Grossmont Valley League. Isaiah, what's going to take to defend this championship?
We're just going to have to take it one time a week, prepare for before every game, and make sure our heads are on straight, because we don't have the talent as what we did last year.
Okay, we also brought in quarterback Ruben Silva, maybe a little bit different philosophy for the Monarchs this year. We know that the Monarchs are still going to be some ground and pound a little bit, and you're going to be asked to play on the defensive side as well. But can you give us a little bit of insight on to how this Monarch offense is going to operate after the departures of last season?
Well, the ball's going to be spread out more. It's going to be shared equally between me, Isaiah, everyone, our wing back. Yeah, we're just gonna learn how to work that together. We got to come together as a team.
Logan, can you talk about some of the veterans on this team? I mentioned Sebastian, but I'm sure we got Jared and Manny still back. I mean, there's still some guys on this team. People are going to want to kind of cast off the Monarchs a little bit, and I say that's not the case.
Well, we definitely lost some superstars. Blake Schmidt, my brother, and Jamal McClendon, irreplaceable dudes. They just superstars on both sides of the ball. But we do have some returning guys who know both sides of the ball. They are very knowledgeable in the sport and in the game plan that we have. And so, we just got guys that want to work hard, even though we don't have as much talent as we did last year with Jamon and Blake, we got guys who want to work hard, and that's what counts.